Hiya crafters, Amy here, and today I'm going to share with you the May 2022 release at A Colorful Life Designs. Now here I'm showing you what you can expect when you order directly from A Colorful Life Designs. You'll get it in this mailer and a manila envelope, and inside you will see some of the stencils have additional plastic sleeves and some do not. Now the reason being is if it's a single layer stencil, then Mary Kay will not include it in a sleeve. If it has little extra pieces, parts, or layers, then she will give it its own additional sleeve. The reason being is she's just trying to cut down on unnecessary plastic waste. So like these dragonflies and the layered butterfly, you'll see they have these other little extra cutouts, so those will come in a sleeve. Now this 3x6 stencil does come with the inner and outer portions, and then this layered butterfly 3x6 will also have the little solid masking piece that comes along with it. So this is not the complete release. There are some that I am not showing you here today, so be sure to expand the video description box below and check out the rest of the release because there's so many good ones to choose from. Now this is the layered mixed butterfly. This is the one I'm going to create with today, so stick around. After I'm done showing you the ones that I have, I will make 2 complete cards with this amazing innovative stencil here. Now this is the folk flowers and then the new foliage. These are both single layer 6x6 stencils, super fun and springy or summery, whatever you want to use it for. And then this fun, funky flower power stencil, which is super cute. Summer flowers. I'm really excited to get this one all inky. I have 4 roses and fairy flowers. This fairy flowers might be my favorite in this release. It's super cute. And I picture those, I don't know, fluffy purple flowers. I don't know what they're called. If you know what they are, please put them in the video description box below. But then we have the layered vines. So you have 1 layer for the flower portion and 1 for the leaves. And then here I'm showing you I have an A2 size card base of 110 pound cardstock. Now I prefer to work on A2 size, but obviously this would work great on a larger size card like a 5x7 or even larger. But I'm just masking off the corner bits that are sticking out with some post-it tape and holding it down with my magnets on my Wendy Vecchi station tool. And here's some of the products that I'm using. I have the Date Night collection of Catherine Pooler inks. I have my Bitty Bunny blending brushes from the Rabbit Hole design. So you will see I will use these smaller, more detailed brushes as well as the regular full size. And here's the first card that I'm going to make for you today. You can see lots of gorgeous pigment and color, but this is a relatively flat single layer card. And I'm just going to kind of come at it with these different colors here. Now these Bitty Bunny blending brushes are perfect for getting in these little nooks and crannies, and it gives you this gorgeous, I don't know, almost a watercolor look. I don't get that same watercolor look with the bigger brushes, so I don't know what it is about these little brushes, but I find that I'm surprised almost every single time at how watercolory it looks somehow. So I don't know if it's just how it lays down the ink, but I don't know if you guys experienced that, if you have these brushes or one similar to it. It must just be the way that they're kind of compact in the handle or something, but it's a really cool look and it makes it super easy to get into these more detailed spots. So you could use, if you have like the finger daubers or even your bigger blending brushes, you could absolutely still make it work. I just found that it was easier to kind of get different colors from flower to flower with these smaller, more detailed blending brushes. So I will link all the products that I used in the video description box below. If you expand that area and scroll down, then you'll find the links. But on the other side, you'll see I do end up coming in to color in the other part of the butterfly with my standard size blending brushes, just because it was easier to cover that space. So you can see I start with the smaller ones and then I decide, I'm gonna go with the bigger brushes here. So I'm coming in with more orangey yellow colors. I think I have, monarch butterfly in the back of my mind, even though I'm not really applying any black to the wings, but that's kind of where I'm going with this design. And I'm doing a little bit of a gradient in color, kind of, darker and then blending off in spots. And then, kind of just giving it a nice shaded dimensional look with just using the same sort of warm colors. Now I want the body to stand out a little bit, but I don't want it to be too harsh, so I decided to use my Black Soot Distress ink. This is a mini ink cube, and I'm just going to mask off the body with a couple pieces of Post-it tape if I can ever get them to cooperate. Even these new pieces didn't want to stick. I don't know what the deal was, but my magnets held them in place, and I was able to apply a little bit of the black. Like I said, I didn't want it to be too stark and black, but I did want it to, you know, stand off a little bit from the design. So you can see there's a little bit of the orange kind of seeping through, and that's okay. I actually preferred it that way. So here I'm just going to remove these pieces of Post-it tape and show you this gorgeous design, but we're going to add a little bit more to it here. And do stick around, I'll show you a totally different way to use this stencil with the other layers, so it'll give you a different look from what I'm creating here. So you can see all this gorgeous detail. Had some schmutz on there I had to try and wipe off, but now you can see I'm using the inner portion like a mask to cover up what I already ink blended, and this allows me to bring on this other stencil to kind of create a different look. So I'm using that masking portion to cover up the butterfly, and then I'm using the Foliage stencil also from the release, and I just have my blending brush that's for the black or gray color family. So I'm not even adding any ink. I want it to be a little more subtle, but I'm using the residual ink that's on this brush and just kind of laying down this design in gray. So I figured the butterfly was colorful enough, and I wanted that to be, you know, front and center, but I wanted to add a little something unexpected. So you have this cool layered look, but you don't have the bulk. This is still going to be a nice flat single layer card. And it's at this point that I realized I didn't have the antennas from the design, because those are on the outline portion. So I'm kind of debating and figuring out what I want to do. I considered just drawing them in, but I thought, I'm just going to mask off and add more of that black soot just to kind of add the little antennas back onto the body. So this is one way to do it, but you'll see I use it differently on the next card. So you'll see it kind of plays out differently. So here I'm going to shop my sentiment book. This is how I store my die cut sentiments so that they're ready to go, because I'm a batch and Betty and I like to make a lot of cards at once. So I like to have the pieces parts ready to go. So these are little baseball card pocket protector sheets. Wow, that's a mouthful, but I hold them all in there. And here I decided to run it through my Xyron sticker maker. Now, someone had told me recently about a video, and they did share the link with me on how to run this through your die cutting machine to get rid of the little sticky bits that you'll see I'm fighting with here. Now, I've tried this and I haven't figured out the perfect sandwich for my die cutting machine yet. So that's a work in progress, but I will figure it out eventually. And I do think it helped a little bit to get some of the stickies off. So I just need to find the right pressure. But that's a way to use that Xyron sticker maker without leaving all the little extra sticky strings behind. So here I want to round off the card, so I use my corner chomper to clip the 4 edges, and now I'm on to the next card. So this one you'll see I'm doing a little bit differently. I'm laying the outer edge down first, so I'm not starting in with the detailed layer, I'm starting with the outer edge. And here's a photo of the card that I'm going to make for you. You can see it creates that really cool outline, and this is achieved by starting with that outline stencil first. So you can see I'm just using residual ink again from my, I think it was my teal family full-size blending brush, and I'm just laying down some light color right around the edge of that outline because I really want to make sure that shows. And you can see there's kind of a gradient in color. I'm not going solid all the way across. I just really want to make sure the detail of the outline really shows. And then I come in with this detailed layer with the gorgeous floral, and then this is where I'm going to apply the color. So I kind of deliberately picked 3 colors that I know will get along together. So on the color wheel, it doesn't really matter, you know, whether the purple touches the pink or the teal touches the purple or the pink. All 3 of these colors, because they're so close to each other on the color wheel, are going to get along. They aren't going to create any mud, and it gives me some creative flexibility here to just kind of throw down color like I'm doing here. So you can see it's very whimsical. Obviously it's a gorgeous floral design, but it doesn't really matter where I lay down the color. So I'm just having fun playing, getting inky, overlaying swirling, you know, the teal on the pink or the purple on the pink, just to get all different variants in color for this design. So this is a really fun way to just, you know, get inky and play with your gorgeous ink colors. So here I'm going to remove the Post-it tape and show you the big reveal. And I gotta say, this one just, I think I may have gasped. I have it muted here so I can do my voiceover, but I think I actually gasped because I loved that blue outline. It was kind of unexpected, and I really love how it turned out. So let me know in the comments below which one is your favorite, but I think this one is definitely mine. Now I have this Pink Fresh stamp set here. It has some gorgeous sentiments, and I'm using this grid transparency from Simon Says Stamp, and I'm just lining this up just to make sure I get it nice and straight. But again, I'm working directly on the card base, so this is nice and flat, single layer, it'll be easy to ship. And I'm coming back using that same gorgeous teal color that's already used in the design, so there's, you know, it's going to match perfectly. And I just stamp this in my Misty a couple times just to make sure it's a nice even impression, and it says today's struggle is tomorrow's power. And I just thought, you know, the transformative beauty of a butterfly, that sentiment just worked gorgeous with it. So this one is the Blessed with the gold die cut, and this is the one with just the stamped sentiment. So two super fun, easy ways to use this awesome and innovative stencil. And like I said, be sure to let me know which one is your favorite. I told you mine, I'm curious of yours. But be sure to check out the rest of the release for March. It's a gorgeous one, and don't forget my coupon and save yourself some cash. So I'll link all those details below. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you. Bye.